Claude for lawyers, the plain version. Here's the part of lawyering nobody bills with a smile. The 200-page agreement you have to read before a call, the 2 contract versions you have to compare, clause by clause, the standard memos you draft from a blank page. The judgment is why you trained. It's the volume around it that eats your week. This is episode 3 of Claude at Work, and we're looking at how to give that time back. Claude can handle the reading, the comparing, and the first drafts, so you can spend your day on the actual judgment calls instead of the page turning. One rule stays constant the whole way. Claude takes the first pass, and you bring the judgment. Here is how that works in practice. Because Claude has a massive context window, you can paste an entire 1,000-page set of documents into a prompt, and it will immediately hand you a clean, plain English summary and an issues list. Move inside standard surfaces like Microsoft Word or Google Docs, and Claude can compare 2 versions of a contract side by side, highlight what changed, and propose fallback language. You can also encode your firm's review framework into a custom skill. You teach Claude the issues you always check once, and it runs that exact framework every time. And by using connectors and projects, Claude securely accesses your prior firm matters. It drafts from your actual precedents while keeping the history and context of each specific file persistent. These capabilities are available right now on the Pro, Max, Team, and Enterprise tiers. Let's look at how to actually build these workflows. Step 1 is the read. Start by pasting your file directly into Claude. This can be a commercial agreement, a commercial lease, or a heavy regulatory filing. Tell the AI exactly what to look for. Ask for the parties, the key terms, the core obligations, and the critical dates. Next, add a secondary instruction. Ask Claude to flag specific clauses that deviate from standard market positions. Anthropic's own legal team built this exact workflow to review marketing assets and cut their review turnaround times from 2 or 3 days down to hours. The payoff here is straightforward. Instead of skimming a file for hours, you get a synthesis in minutes. You read the whole summary and you walk into the meeting already knowing exactly what is in the document. Step 2 brings these capabilities directly into where you already work. Claude operates inside standard surfaces like Microsoft Word or Google Docs. Ask Claude to compare 2 different versions of a contract. It will read the text, highlight what changed clause by clause, and flag the discrepancies. Right there in the margin, you can ask the AI to propose fallback language based on your firm's commercial playbook. You get an immediate first take. From there, you can prompt the AI to generate a first draft client memo or a vendor agreement. It will translate dense regulatory text into business-readable English, drafted in your own voice. Hours of manual comparison shrink down to minutes per agreement. But remember the rule: Claude provides the first pass. Your judgment decides the final document. Step 3 is about automating your unwritten rules. Using a feature called a skill, you can teach Claude your review framework, the standard issues you check, and your house style. You only have to do this once. You can build different skills for different specialties. Set up one for NDAs, another for privacy impact assessments, and a third for employment law. Next, you use connectors. These link Claude directly to your firm's Google Drive, SharePoint, or document management system, so it can access prior matters. This means the AI drafts new, precedent-grounded documents based on your firm's actual prior work, rather than relying on generic boilerplate templates. Keep one project open per matter. This ensures all the documents, the history, and the context travels securely with that specific file across your chats. When you combine these 3 tools, the read, the redline, and the draft stop being manual climbs. They become a fully connected, precedent-grounded system. We can see how this scales by looking at the data. GCAI currently powers legal workflows for 1,500 companies. Across those companies, lawyers using Claude are saving about 14 hours a week. That is roughly a day and a half of capacity back every week. In South Korea, Law & Company's super lawyer platform is built on Claude, and users report a 1.7x efficiency gain. That equates to about 25 minutes saved per hour of work. By turning massive files into clean summaries, executing in-document redlines, and connecting to your firm's precedents, you get that time back. Claude takes the first pass, and your judgment goes exactly where it belongs. This is episode 3 of Claude at Work. Next up, accountants and finance. Plain Bureau explains AI tools in plain English. No jargon, no hype. Got a role you want covered? Tell us, and it becomes an episode.